Hey y'all, happy Wellness Wednesday. Sorry, just silencing the phone. Sorry about that. I hope that you're doing great. I am so happy to be back to you live. It's been a little bit of a minute, been trying to get myself a little bit situated. I realized that I had to do a time audit. For those of you who understand what that is, it's really just like getting a gauge on your time and how you're spending it. And if you're spending it well, because sometimes you think you're doing stuff, but you're really not doing stuff. You're actually doing a lot of nothing. And so I wanted to find out what that really was. And so for me, this past few, I would say 5 days, I've been really like leaning into having that plan, schedule it out, and then being able to like see how well I can execute it. Hi, my name is Leslie, and I'm a life coach for women. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotional triggers so that they can make better decisions and have a more, have more balance and peace and harmony in their life. And so I wanted to come to you about finding your why, because I really feel like it is so important to understand why we show up in the world, why we do what we do, why we set goals, why we set the goals that we set. And sometimes that can be really super hard to even figure that out, because while we can dream it, we can maybe visualize what that looks like. But then when we have to actually start putting the pieces together, like filling in the puzzle pieces, it gets a little hard. Maybe finding your why is you want change, but you're uncertain where to start, right? You have no idea. Like, how do I even start? Maybe you have a lot of ideas, but you are unsure of what you want to do. And you might be feeling overwhelmed and unsure of yourself. Like, am I even doing it right? I actually had someone say to me, I'm afraid to do something because I'm afraid I won't do it right. And for me, there's really no right or wrong when it comes to what you do, as far as like when you're trying something new or you're leaning into doing something new, because you're learning. And so maybe it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to the first time. It doesn't mean it was wrong. It just meant that way didn't work for you. And so you just go back to the drawing board, look at it, and you try again. But I want you to know it's okay to feel this way. It's human, and know that you are not alone. Now, if you're ready to dive in deep and figure out what it is that you want, and you're ready to get true clarity on your why, it can be done. And I am here to help you figure it out. So the easy part is the what. Like, it really is. The easy part is the what. Like, what do I want? The hard part is the why. And the reason why the hard part is why, because that's the most important aspect of your journey. And that is because it has to be all about you first. It can't be about everyone else. Yes, I know you want to do this or you want to do that because of a bigger picture of people that you are influenced by, the environment that you create. But it has to be about you first, because you need to be able to look at it from your perspective to make sure that it is exactly what you want, right? Before you put it out into the world. And I know that feels selfish. A lot of people say, oh, me time? That's selfish. But you can't truly be anything for anyone else unless you are truly 100% doing something for just you and only you. Now, there's this amazing, I love this great little exercise that Dean Graziosi, if you know who he is, he's an amazing coach, and he wrote Millionaire Success Habits, but he created this exercise called 7 Levels Deep. And it's where you can do it by yourself, but you'll definitely get better results if you do it with another person to help you get clarity on your why. And so what they'll do is when you're doing this with someone else, they'll begin by asking you the question, what do you want? First of all, you have to actually know what you want, right? And of course, as I said, that's the easy part. We all know things that we want. We also know what we don't want, but we also know what we want. Then they'll begin asking you questions like, why do you want? And you fill in the blank. Why do you want what you want? And when you answer that question, they'll then ask a follow-up question based on your answer. And it goes on for 7 questions until you come to the final conclusion about your true why for wanting what you want. And when you gain clarity on your what, you truly can embrace your why. And when you get clarity on your why, you can really lean into your what. And when the thing that you want. And when that happens, that's when the magic begins. And this is when you'll be free to make a plan, to map it out, and take inspired action to achieve your goals in life. So If you saw my post 10 minutes ago, I said, get a pen and let's go through this real quick, okay? But first I want to paint you a picture of someone in a possible situation, okay? So this would be someone who's talking to another person about their weight gain. And that seems to be a big topic. A lot of people are fixated on their bodies, right? And that's because a lot of our belief systems, our mindset, if you will, we are believing that a specific body type, shape, size, weight, that is what is the norm, or that is what is acceptable to society. But I believe that we are all uniquely beautiful in our skin, the way we are, the way we're made, and we just need to take care of ourselves, right? So here we're gonna do this. You're gonna take a problem, and this is like a 5 whys, okay, to get to the root of the problem. So take a problem and ask why 5 times until you figure out what it's causing the issue. So we're gonna stick to one root why at a time. So today we're going to talk about weight. So I led into that. So for example, the person might say to you, your friend or your peer, could be someone that you work with, someone that you could be a family member, or it could just be yourself talking to someone else. So for all sakes and purposes, let's just say that you are talking to a friend. Your friend says to you, I gained over 10 pounds last month and I know this isn't normal. And so you say, why? And they say to you, well, ever since I started working at an office, or maybe let's say ever since I started working at home because of COVID, I stopped going to the gym. Or I've stopped working out or finding ways to work out. So you say, why? And they say, well, there isn't enough time in the day. And then they say, why? When I get home, of course, or when I get done work, I have to cook, clean, care for the kids, and by the time I finish, it's bedtime and there's no time to do anything for my own health. And you ask why? And then your friend might say, well, my husband doesn't ever help out. Oh, I'm left to do and plan and take care of everything for the family by myself with no help at all. Why? Because he got used to me doing everything when I was staying at home with the kids, and we never talked about how we'd balance it when I went back to work. So now we've done 5 different questions, right? Getting to the root of the problem. So your friend's surface problem of wanting to lose weight has a surprising root cause of needing to shift the home workload from 100% all her to 50% her and 50% her husband. And so you see how you go through that whole thing, the 5 whys to get into the root of the problem. It's going to be the same principle to get to your 5 why, but your why. But this why exercise, I think, is really cool because it takes you from, well, this is what's happened. This is how I'm feeling. This is why I feel stuck. This is why I feel there's no way out. And then you realize, oh, because she is feeling that her significant other is still stuck in the her doing everything mode because, well, they never really discussed anything. Now, a lot of that comes from having that open communication, right? But she never discussed with her husband, hey, I'm back at work now full time, so I need help. And if you don't articulate how you're feeling and what you need, they're not going to know. How are they supposed to know? You cannot expect someone to read your mind. It's just as simple as that. So first off, I want you to start off with writing down the question, what do I want? And once you've written down what it is that you want, start asking the why questions, okay? Now, I've taken you through the why questions of the 5 whys, but I want to talk to you about the 7 levels deep exercise because I really love it. So it can be used really to help determine what really is driving you to accomplish anything in your life, right? So I found the exercise and I downloaded it and I wanted to just share it with you real quick. So, for example, maybe you want to get organized. And the question would be, why do you want to get organized? And because here's the answer, because it will make me happy. So now begins the real digging deep. Why will getting organized make you happy? And the answer, because when I am organized, I am happy. So now here's another question that would be getting them to think, well, are you only happy when you are organized? And are you only sad when you're not organized? And so the answer to that will be, well, no, but I think it will be what I need to be happy. So now question 4 comes in saying, why is it important for you to be happy? Why do you think getting organized will make you happy? Asking them is getting them to go deeper to figure out the real reason behind their why, right? This is exactly what I was saying about this person who was saying they wanted to lose weight. And it started out like this wave, like, oh, well, I've been like this. It's like I've been like this since I went back to work, or maybe you started working from home. And so it got easier and easier to take snack. And so because of snacking this way, you felt really super unhappy. For example, say I want to lose 15 pounds. So then you ask, well, why do you want to lose 15 pounds? And then your friend could say, well, lately since gaining this weight, I haven't felt happy about my life. And I'm unhappy with my relationship with my significant other and my kids. And I feel that if I lose this, this weight, it will make me happy. Well, why is it important to lose 15 pounds? Why do you feel it's important for you to be happy? Why do you think you'll be happy if you lose the 15 pounds? I want to lose the 15 pounds so that my family and I they'll be happier for it because I will be in a better mood. And so then you move into it, well, why is it important for your family to be happy? And so you can answer, well, when my family is happy, when we are happy, we have a better relationship. We interact with each other more kindly. We have better conversations around the dinner table, and we eat healthier. So then you go, well, why is it important for you to eat healthier? And then so you go on and on and on. So you find your reason, you find your question, you answer it, what do I want? You find what you want, right? Because a lot of the time we think what we want is this thing, but really it's this that will facilitate part of this, okay? So for example, wealth. I want wealth and abundance. And it could be your overall why when you go from like, I want to be able to do this so I can support my family. Well, why is it important for you to be able to support your family? So that my family feels confident and certain in their future. They don't have to worry about something. And then you go on and all the way down to the bottom where the last question could be, well, the reason why I feel that if I have wealth and abundance so that my family is taken care of would be that I am in control of my finances and not the other way around, where I don't feel that money is my master, rather that I'm the master of my money. So it's really just going through the exercise and figuring out the why question. So if you're interested, I can send you the link for the 7 Levels Deep questionnaire. It's really cool just to go through it, just to check it out and see what it is, because you go through 7 levels and you get through to your why, and it really is enlightening when you can actually like get to that's why, because the final question will reveal your true why for wanting what you want. Now more than ever, it is time to take control and make your life the best it can be, right? It's time for you to start living your best life right now. So with that being said, I hope it wasn't too confusing. I know that it can be really hard sometimes to answer the why questions. I can always just say to you, if it's too hard for you to answer the 7 levels deep, like having that answer and then say, well, why do you want that? Or why do you think it'll make you happy? Well, why will it make you happy for this? If that's too hard, asking, even just going through the 5 whys to get to the root of your problem is also another way. So like having this issue saying, I don't feel like this is normal. So you say why, and ever since, and then you say why because maybe there's not enough time in the day, and you say why, well, when I get home, I have to do all of this, and you say why, and then you can say, well, because I don't have help at home. And then they say why, and it's because I've never expressed that that's what I need. And so having those questions answered, like really getting to the true root of your why, helps you. Another root of the root cause could be that she's too tired because she's not getting enough sleep at night. And that's really important too, because sometimes if you have kids and you are, doing like wearing all the hats in the family, and then you are, once everything's done for them and they're away, they're in bed, and now you have time for yourself, you're pooped, right? But you stay up to get done what you need to get done for yourself. And all of a sudden you look and it's like midnight and you have to get up at 6 a.m. to start all over again. And so maybe that is because you're not getting enough rest. Another thing could be someone could be an aspiring entrepreneur and saying she hasn't started her dream business yet because she's too busy. And so going through the whole why, like why do you feel you haven't started? What's standing in your way? So are you ready to see what your why is and maybe what's keeping you stuck from actually going after your goal? Because if that's you, I understand, I get it. I've been there too. Like I've been in my head thinking, okay, I want this, but what does it look like? Like I just said at the beginning, if you caught my live from the beginning, I just recently did a time audit because I wanted to really make sure that the things I said I wanted to be doing, that I really was doing. And so now holding myself accountable to my time through my Google Calendar, because I can check it and see that I'm on track doing the things that I say I want to do. Well, that's helpful. And that allows me to have a plan. Doesn't mean that it's not going to change in a day, because anything can happen because life gets in the way, right? Life happens. That's just the way it goes. And curveballs, roadblocks that we put up, and I just have to be able to navigate my way through them. But having that scheduled out at least gives me the foundation of working through my goals. And so again, if you're ready, if that's you, I want you to click on the link. I'm going to post it in the chat after the live, and together let's see where you're at and where you want to go. Maybe something's keeping you stuck and you're not quite sure what that is because you haven't really thought about it. And we could go through these questions and then help you to start moving your needle forward. So I'm going to post the link into the chat notes as soon as I'm finished this live. My name is Leslie Godet, and I'm a life coach for women. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotional triggers through shifting their mindset, by the way, because that's key, so they can make better decisions in how they respond, and that will allow them to bring more balance, peace, and harmony into their life. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it will put you in the right mindset for when life happens. Like I said, roadblocks, curveballs coming at you all day long. But if you have the right mindset, you're able to at least tackle it with a better frame of mind. Again, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.